Good evening, it's Kuro. Got a ranked game for you in my Neustrashimy, going over the matchmaking. The enemy team has an FDG, a Key, Drake, Baltimore, Paolo Emilio, Kitakaze, and Ostergotland. The map Sleeping Giant, 3-cap domination. And we're going to start this one off with me spawning closest to C-cap. And that basically means I'm going to be most likely playing the 8, 9, 10 line for a good part of the game. So really the lesson that I want to talk about is making good decisions and doing things the right way, and how that eases your path to victory. And you know, right out of the gate, the good decisions that I can make in this game: come up here, cap C as quickly as possible, preferably before my team can, or before the enemy team can cap B cap. Now, one of the things that I'm looking at really closely here, I'm looking at how the tick rate here, and I'm trying to decide, okay, we've got 2 DDs on our cap now. Is this ticking as fast as us? Because if it is, they've got 2 ships in B cap. And I've kind of just felt out that I feel that they've just had 1 DD on the cap, and that's that. Now, I do have a, I believe that's a Z46 that is coming with me. I'm popping my speed boost here. Normally I wouldn't, but I want to get a little bit of separation from this Z46, and I want to get out here on the flank, and there's some specific things that I want to try to spot. One, I want to see what DD is around here. I'm going like this on the minimap because this hardly ever bodes well when you get a team that splits this hard on the 1-2 line, because you give up this entire area of the map. And I'm just going to pause it right here because things are going to start happening. But the concern that I have about a move like this, where you have, you know, almost half your team going to the 1-2 line, if they take, say, their 3 ships, they can most likely push a DD in here. Probably, well, they don't even really need to do anything beyond that. If they have like an Ostergotland or something like that they're able to push into A cap, they take you know, their 2 other ships, they're able to get flanking fire into my flank. It's basically a crossfire between the ships over here, and they're able to basically reinforce their side of the map long before my team's able to do anything, because they basically have to fight. They have to actually win A, and then they actually have to sail all the way out in order to be able to be effective. So I get really leery when I see this move. So I'm just gonna, there we go. So the specific things that I'm looking at to spot is the DD, figure out what DD I'm facing. That way I've got an idea of how I can defeat them, how I'm going to need to play against them. And then I want to spot behind this island, because a lot of cruisers like to sit back here and just farm right over the island. So I spot the Emilio, and I'm looking, okay, he's not going to try to come out and rush and play. I do spot the Drake here, and if you look, as soon as I spot the Drake, he bails. We're looking at 4 enemy ships here. My Z46 is bailing middle. So I still want to play this a little cautious. I am going to take a a low probability torpedo shot, I'll call it that, at seeing if this Emilio will walk around the island and into those torpedoes. But at this point, I've done what I've needed to do. I've figured out what DD I'm up against, and this Drake is kiting out of this island stronghold position. I'm just gonna fall back, and I'm looking to fall back. I've got my Alaska here, who's got 10-kilometer radar coverage. I'm starting to track. We've got an FDG pushing up, so this guy's starting to take a bit of damage. You can see the Drake, he's given up this position entirely. That's great for my team. And I'm coming back in here. I know I outspot the Emilio by a significant margin. Just want to keep watching this FDG, let my team shoot, and I'm just going to slow up in here. There's no need for me to do anything. Just with that spotting run, I've delayed the enemy's entire ability to flank the 9-10 line up until this Drake comes back around the island, or the Emilio decides to turn around and try to push it again. Now the FDG, he's broadside, he's taking a lot of damage. I see that he shoots here, so I'm just going to join in. Now, notice my positioning, kiting away sharply, hard to hit angle. You can see the Emilio's coming back to try to push the 9-10 line. I'm looking to get the fire. There it is. The Drake and the Emilio can't shoot at me, so I'm just going to keep working on this guy. I am in a Neustrashimy, so I can take quite a bit of damage. Everybody's just kind of missing me, and if you're missing me, I'm just going to keep shooting. So he's repaired the fire. I get another unrepairable fire on him, and I'm just going to drop the FDG, switch to the Emilio that's kind of running at me. You can see SAP is definitely an effective round for what he's got here, but I've basically baited this trap, and I'm just going to pause it right here. I see this Emilio coming in, and I'm not really moving, but take a look at the minimap. My 12-kilometer gun range is about roughly what Emilio's guns are. And you can see that this Emilio coming in like this, rushing me, he's brought him into range where I can smoke up and let my team spot for me, and I'll just work this guy over. Now you can see my Alaska's already starting to push out. Emilio drops off. Now he's outside torpedo range, so I'm still safe right here. I am going to pop my speed boost. There's the radar. That's what I'm waiting on. You can see he's picked up. I'm waiting. Not today, Emilio. He's panic smoking. I do get detected here briefly. I'm just going to creep back, use my smoke as a screen. And now just basically drive away, farm to my heart's content now that this key can't actually see me. So that's just a textbook way to deal with any sort of destroyer. Fall back to your team and bait them into a position where your team can spot them, and you can smoke up, and you can almost always get a positive trade when you manage that. Now here, this game's obviously a win, but you know, smart. Key only has 4 main guns up in the front. Two two twin turrets, those twin turrets aren't going to do anything really significant to me. That makes this ship, you know, a relatively free kill just by pushing up here like this. Now, I do turn into the Drake, and I'm trying to dodge that shot right there. Sneaky battleships with torpedoes, not today. And now, we've eliminated the key back in this position. Now we're just going to drive up here to B cap. And instead of actually stepping on the cap, I'm just looking to farm a bit of extra damage. And I'm just going to approach up here, and it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to stalk this Drake for a bit, get this guy to where he's not shooting right now. He's trying to drop off and get undetected. He's not going to be able to do it with me there. So, okay, he's shooting now. And when he's shooting, that's opening up my Alaska to be a spotter. So I'm looking. He's popped his repair right now. And that's telling me this is the window of opportunity to nail this guy. Once his repair's on cooldown, he's a lot easier to kill. So now's the time to start bringing some damage on this guy. Now, he's also in a position where he's shooting off this way at my Massachusetts. So I'm trying to shoot the backside of him. Now he's turning his guns to shoot at me. So I just smoke up. It's not a race. I don't have to take big damage or get shot at a lot. I've got a smoke available. I can just use my smoke. You know, you noticed as that smoke deployed, I pulled it forward a couple more puffs. Just give me a little bit further distance with my smoke. We're just gonna keep working on this guy. It's not a lot of DPM. Neustrashimy isn't a DPM monster, but you can just keep shooting with this ship. See that he's about to go down, and boom, got him. So it's little things like that I mean, I had a bunch of HP that I could have thrown at this game. I didn't need to. You know, I could just use, you know, the simple basic tool that most destroyers have this game, your smoke. You know, your smoke in your position can be it's one of your most powerful tools that you can use to dominate a game. And I mean, playing Neustrashimy with all the credit modifiers, it's always nice. I've been averaging over 1 million credits a game, so one of the reasons I like to play her, plus always a ton of XP as well. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. Hope you're having a good night, and I will talk to you later.